I wasn't supposed to be alone on that hike. Originally, it was me and a friend, but he canceled last minute. I had already taken time off and packed everything, so I decided to go anyway. Looking back, I probably shouldn't have. I picked a quieter section of the Appalachian Trail. Less traffic, more remote. The kind of place you go when you want to clear your head. The first day was exactly what I expected. Peaceful. Just the sound of my boots on the trail, the wind through the trees, and the occasional bird or distant movement in the forest. I passed a couple of hikers earlier in the day, but by afternoon, I hadn't seen anyone for hours. It felt good at first, like I had the entire trail to myself. By the time the sun started going down, I reached a shelter area. It was one of those basic wooden structures hikers use. Open front, raised floor, nothing fancy. And it was completely empty. No tents, no bags, no signs that anyone had been there recently. That should have felt lucky, but for some reason, it didn't. I told myself I was just overthinking it, so I set my gear down inside the shelter, ate a quick meal, and got ready for the night. As it got darker, the forest started changing. The usual sounds were there at first, then slowly, they faded, the same way they had in the other story, one by one, until the silence felt unnatural, like something was pressing down on the entire area. I lay there, trying to sleep, but something felt off. Not wrong exactly, just different. Then I heard it, a voice, faint, somewhere in the trees. I sat up immediately. My heart started beating faster, but I stayed still, listening. At first, I couldn't make out what it was saying, just a sound, distant, almost like someone calling out. I told myself it was another hiker, maybe someone lost, maybe someone trying to find the shelter. So I got up and stepped outside. The night air felt colder than I expected. I looked toward the tree line. "Hello?" I called out. No response, just silence. I stood there for a while, listening. Nothing. No movement, no sound. Eventually, I went back inside, trying to convince myself it was nothing, but I didn't lay down right away. I just sat there staring out into the darkness. Then, a few minutes later, I heard it again, closer this time, and clearer. A voice, calling out, and this time, I heard my name. I froze, completely. There was no way. No one out there knew me. I hadn't told anyone I was coming here. I hadn't spoken to anyone long enough for them to even learn my name. And yet, I heard it. Clear. Accurate. My name. Coming from the trees. I didn't respond. Didn't move. I just listened. The voice came again. Softer this time. More familiar. That's what made it worse. It didn't sound like a stranger. It sounded like someone I knew, someone I trusted, like it was trying to get me to answer, to come closer. My chest felt tight because part of me wanted to respond. It felt natural, automatic, like when someone calls your name, you answer without thinking. But something deep down told me not to. So I stayed silent. Minutes passed. Then the voice came again, even closer, right at the edge of the trees, saying my name, softly, almost gently, like it was standing just out of sight, waiting. I grabbed my flashlight and pointed it toward the trees. The beam cut through the darkness. Branches, leaves, nothing else. But I could feel it. Something was there, just beyond what I could see. Then I heard movement, slow, careful, something shifting between the trees. But every time I tried to focus on it, there was nothing. No clear shape, no outline, just absence, like something was there but refusing to be seen. The voice stopped, and just like that, everything went quiet again. Too quiet. I backed up slowly into the shelter and sat down. I didn't turn off my light. I didn't even blink much. I just stared out at the tree line, waiting, listening. Hours passed like that. Every now and then I thought I heard something again. A faint step, a slight shift, but nothing clear, nothing I could prove. I didn't sleep, not even for a second. I just waited for morning. When the sky finally started getting lighter, I packed up immediately. I didn't eat, didn't rest, just grabbed my things and got out of there. As I was leaving, I glanced back at the tree line one last time. Everything looked normal, quiet, still, like nothing had happened. I got back on the trail and kept moving. After a while, I passed another hiker heading the opposite direction. We exchanged a quick greeting. Then I hesitated and asked, "Hey, did you hear anyone out here last night?" He looked at me slightly confused, then shook his head. "No, I camped a few miles back. Didn't hear anything." I nodded. "Okay, yeah, just wondering." I didn't explain. I didn't want to. But as I kept walking, something about it didn't sit right. Because that voice, it didn't just say my name. It said it the way someone who knows you would, the way someone who's been around you would. And the worst part is, for a moment, I almost answered. And even now, sometimes when I'm alone, I still think about it. Because if I had answered, I don't think I would have been talking to another hiker the next morning. I think I would have been walking into those trees, following a voice that knew exactly how to call me.